ये हंसी वादियाँ ये खुला आसमां आ गए हम कहाँ ऐ मेरे साजना.
No, I am not at all switching to an entertainment channel. Hey guys, this is Suchitra, your friend, facilitator and guide, and you are watching me in your own YouTube educational channel A to Z English Medium. Friends, I am sure you would agree that even if you are not watching this song, your mind frames a picture, an image, just by listening to its lyrics. Its words create a picturesque description through which you can visualize the entire scene. Yes, words really have that power. And today, in this video in the segment Fun with English Language, I am going to talk about a figurative language which ignites our five senses just with the help of words. This figurative language is profoundly used in English poetry and at the same time in prose as well. You can very easily make it a part of your daily communication. But before I begin, please subscribe to my channel A to Z English Medium and press the bell icon also to get the notifications of my latest videos. The link of my previous video in the segment Fun with English Language has been shared in the description box for your reference. So friends, the figurative language I am talking about today is known as imagery. And as the term itself suggests, it has been derived from the base word image, which means a picture. So let us understand the magic of words through imagery and how it is used. What is imagery? We have five senses. Writers often appeal to these senses to draw a picture or image in the reader's imagination. For example, which sense does the author appeal to you in this sentence? The author is appealing to the sense of taste. Read this sentence. Tiny emerald leaves drifted in the afternoon sunshine. The writer has drawn a picturesque description here by appealing the sense of sight. Similarly, in this sentence, you feel like you are actually listening the waves being crashed against the shore. It is appealing the sense of listening. Writers can also suggest the sense of touch like in this sentence. And similarly, this particular sentence appeals to your sense of smell. All of these sentences have used imagery. Thus, imagery is the use of language that appeals to one or more of the five senses. Imagery helps to ignite the reader's imagination. So friends, as imagery is associated with our five senses, so there are five types of imagery which have their own different names. So let us know what are the types of imageries called. They are auditory imagery, visual imagery, tactile imagery, olfactory imagery and gustatory imagery. And now let us understand each one of them and their usage with the help of some examples. We will begin with the visual imagery which pertains to graphics, visual scenes and pictures, and it is related to our sense of sight. For example, the sentence, "It was dark and dim in the forest," gives us a picturesque description of a forest which is quite dark and dense. In the same way, the second example, "The moonlight shone over the lake and reflected in her big dark eyes." This particular sentence creates the picture of many things all together. For example, a moonlit night, the shadow of moon falling over the lake and its reflection in the beautiful dark eyes of a girl. So in this way, when the authors create a picturesque description and help us to visualize the scene with the help of words, it is known as the visual imagery. The next is auditory imagery. It pertains to sounds, noises, music, and it appeals to our sense of hearing. For example, the children were shouting and screaming in the fields. The next example, the chirping of birds heralded spring, and the stone fell with a splash in the lake. In all these sentences, the words like shouting, screaming, chirping, splash give us some or the other sound effect. We can imagine how these different things would sound, like the shouting of children, the chirping of birds, and a stone being fallen or thrown in the water. So when such kind of auditory effect is created through words, it is known as the auditory imagery. The next is olfactory imagery, which ignites our sense of smell, and it pertains to all types of odors and scents. For example, the fragrance of spring flower made her joyful, and just the aroma of the instant coffee energized him. So in these sentences, your mind can imagine the fragrance of a flower, or the aroma of strong instant coffee. So such kind of words, or when they are used in sentences, it is known as the olfactory imagery. The next type of imagery is gustatory imagery, which ignites our sense of taste. It pertains to various types of flavors. For example, the fresh and juicy oranges are very cold and sweet, and the burger, aromatic with spices, made his mouth water in anticipation of the first bite. And yes, I'm sure as I am reading these sentences, even you have a watery mouth. So, in this way, when the authors bring water in our mouth just with the help of some words, it is known as the gustatory imagery. And the next is tactile imagery, which pertains to physical textures, and it is related to our sense of touch. For example, the wild gusts of cold wind pierced her body, and she ran her hands on the dancing crops. So in this way, when the authors appeal to our sense of touch, or the physical texture of any object, any substance, it is known as the tactile imagery. Oops, that's not the end. We have an exceptional imagery also, which is known as kinesthetic imagery. And the reason that it is an exception is that it does not appeal to any of our senses. Rather, it is a representation of the physical movement. For example, my toes went numb and a shiver ran through my body as I stepped into the cold water. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. So in both these sentences, we find some kind of movement like shiver and the falling of books from the shelf. So in this way, when the authors appeal to any kind of physical movement of a noun, living or non-living, it comes under the kinesthetic imagery. So friends, now that is all about imagery and its types. I'm sure I'm able to make it understand to you. If you have liked it, do share it with your friends. Please give your feedback by writing in the comment box. Please like and share my video, and till the next video, take care of yourself. See you soon.